Hello. So today we will be discussing this problem of LeetCode daily challenge. So its serial number is 91. The problem name is Decode ways. So what the problem says is a message containing letters from A to Z can be encoded into numbers using the following mapping. So A is mapped as 1 in a string, B is mapped as 2, C would be 3, and so on, and Z will be mapped as 26. So what do you have to do is you have to like decode an encoded message. All edits must be grouped then mapped back in two letters using reverse of the mapping. There may be multiple ways. For example, now what is the question is trying to say is that there can be multiple ways of decoding any string. So suppose if we have a string to decode here as 11106, so one can be treated as an individual and it will be decoded as A, and then again this one will be treated as A. But we can also keep these two uh, characters from the string as a single number, and for that the decoding would be K, and similarly for 10 it would be J. Now the question here asks you to find the number of ways in which you can decode that string. So if we look at the example, then there is a string uh, of 1 and 2. So we have two possibilities here, either to take one individually or to take it with 1 2. If we take it individually, then one will be mapped as A and 2 will be mapped as B. So there is one way, and the another way could be to take 12 as an individual. So when taking 12, the number that will be made, the digits that will be decoded will be come out to be L. So by this would be our approach to match, to try to think of that what can be the possibilities. And one more thing that you need to check here is that like if a number, if a string is starting from leading 0, or if you are decoding a character from that is starting from 0, so it cannot be mapped because it is not there in the your map list, your encoded list. Now we will look at the solution. The solution is pretty simple. I have like memoized the solution just to overcome the overlapping of sub problems that would be created. So like here is the recursive function. You will, and I first of all I will start from the 0th index and will go till the end. So I'm going till the end. You can skip this part for right now. So as soon as I reach the string's end, that means there is one answer, so I will return 1 from there. Otherwise, if that that uh, that index character is 0, that means I cannot form any decoded characters, so I will simply return 0 as the answer. Like I can, like it can be, like there are 0 ways to decode that string. Now I will make an answer variable that will storing the two possibilities that will be generating the answer. So in order to make the two possibilities, like I either have the option to take the value, since I have already checked that the number here is not 0. Now I just only need to check whether I can take the next number into uh, my character, into my digit or not, whether I would be able to decode that number by joining two characters or not. So in order to do that, I need to check whether it is like it should not be the last character of the string, and I have checked here in this condition. Now a code that will be made would be what, uh, like and decoding this character which is present at this index, and then multiplying it by 10, and then adding the I plus 1th character that is present there. So this will be, this will now would get converted into the code, and this code should be greater than 0 and less than equals to 26. If that is the case, that means I can take these both numbers, both characters, and make a different you can say this decoding. Okay, this is the one option that I have. So if I take it, then my answer would increment, my answer would get incremented by the function that would be returning I that would be returning the answer from I plus 2 index. Okay, so this is the case. So this was the first decision that I could make, or that taking the two characters, or just in case I do not want to take them, then there could be one more answer, like taking only the individual characters. So taking only that I particular I, so that I would not be 0 here since we have already checked, so it could be any of the number from 1 to 9. So we would count the answers that we will be getting from further, and at last we will simply return that answer. So if you carefully observe here that we will be getting overlapping problems here. So in order to overcome that, we can create a memoization. We can create a DP array of this much of size, because the changing variables are only the index. So for every index we can store the answers that we will be getting. So we will be declaring a array of this much size, and then initializing all of its values with -1, then passing it as a reference here. By default it will be passed as reference. So now we will uncomment this code. Now after, like, when coming into the function, I would first check if that value is not equals to -1, that means it would already have an answer, so I do not need to go into the full complete loop again and again. I would get the answer here only, and that answer would get returned. Otherwise I will compute the answer and then store it for the further usage. So now if I try to submit this, it is accepted. So thank you for watching this video, and please like, share and subscribe my channel.